What's going on, world? Welcome to my podcast. It's just different with Ty, where I talk about sports, social, political issues, you name it, everything under the sun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave all comments section below. Also hit the notification bell so you can get updated on the latest newest videos because I'm coming with that fire. As predicted, I knew it was going to happen. This whole Kevin Hart thing about what he allegedly said has come back again. And it appears that he is canceling his show in Egypt due to that. So let's talk about that.
Welcome to It's Just Different with your host, Ty.
All right. So if you haven't been paying attention throughout the news, and I made a video about this probably 2 months ago, where it was alleged that Kevin Hart had said, and I'm paraphrasing, that we must teach our kids our history, our history in Africa, and that we were more than just slaves in America. We must teach them about how we were kings and queens in Egypt, and that the Egyptians were black. So he's supposedly has said this. I haven't seen nothing where he said he actually said this, but this is what's said, allegedly. So, be that as it may, I was just strolling through the news looking for a few stories to cover, and it popped up that Kevin Hart's show, which was supposed to be next week or something like that, I can't remember, in Egypt, in Cairo, has been canceled. Now, the reason that they gave was due to, I don't remember, logistics or whatever have you. And they talking about refunding the people their money and whatever have you. But not sure if a lot of you know, but there was a big petition going on where a lot of people in Egypt were basically calling Kevin Hart that he's racist, that he's blackwashing history, that the ancient Egyptians aren't black, all these different things. And I remember I was seeing a petition. You even had a few actors, Egyptian actors, speaking out against it and saying, let's boycott his show and whatever have you and get it canceled. Well, they got what they wanted. If that was, being that that's what they was trying to do. So the show in Egypt is no longer happening with Kevin Hart. And I'm just mind boggled. I'm not going to take too much time in this, but this is why history is important. Learning true history is important. Now, here you have people that are, they're born in Egypt, and more likely their parents were born in Egypt, and their grandparents were born in Egypt, and their great grandparents were born in Egypt. But they are not indigenous to that land. Okay, just so we know, Egypt is in Africa. I know a lot of people like to separate Egypt from Africa and make it seem like it's in the Middle East somewhere, or but Egypt has always been in Africa. It's never went anywhere. It's always been there. But here you have people that are whose ancestors, right, came to Egypt, came to Africa as invaders, right, to colonize the people, black Africans. And because they have been there for thousands of years, now they think that they are the original Egyptians. When, again, throughout a video that I put up about the ancient Egyptians were black, if you watch it, you can see how I give the timeline of when all of these non-Africans came into Egypt to invade. All right. When you hear a lot of other people talk about the race of the ancient Egyptians and whatever have you, they don't really like to deal with that timeline. Somehow they like to skip that. But it's just mind-boggling how you have people that aren't indigenous to that land and they're making claims to it because they don't know their history, right? and they think that they are like, and most of the people that, from the things that I read, from the comments, from the petitions, they were Turks, of Turkish descent, and a few Arabs, but it was a lot of people that was from, whose family came from Turkey, that have been in Egypt for a few hundred years or maybe even 1,000 years, and they're making this claim that black people didn't build the pyramids. Black, in ancient Egypt, it wasn't black people. Again, this is a never-ending debate. But again, you can watch my video and you could try to dissect it and break it down and get some understanding on the timelines of when other nations came into Egypt to learn, and to invade the country. So I knew this was going to happen. Like I said, I don't want to make this. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Anytime a black person talks about anything that doesn't deal with the history of black people being slaves in America or just anywhere, anytime we talk about any greatness that we contributed to society, it somehow gets shot down, and it's seen that we're giving hate speech or we're making up a lie or anything like that. So if Kevin Hart did say that, bravos to him. But if he didn't say it, because again, it's alleged that he said it, but he hasn't came out yet to say it. And if he didn't say it, it needed to be said anyway, that there's so much more to black people's history than just slaves, right? We are the first of everything, the first to build, the first to create agriculture, the first to create mathematics, the first to have a religious concept, the first to, we are the first. We are the first people on the face of this earth. Through us, everyone else comes out of. So I just wanted to point that out there, that, for a black person, even if a black person of that caliber, to speak up and tell the truth and talk about the great things that we've done as black people, somehow he gets boycotted from doing something that he loves to do, which is to do stand-up comedy. Again, he allegedly said this. So, all right, guys, you can let me know your comments. Let me know, what you think. Is it right? Is it wrong? Where your stance is? Please do your research. And thank you guys for watching. It's Just Different with Ty. Again, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. All right. Peace and love.